Hello, chismosas y chismosos, and welcome back to Bay Area Housewife of True Crime, where I like to tell the stories of the real cucuys and lloronas of the world. If you don't know what a cucuy or a llorona is, it's the Spanish word for monster. I'm Audrey, a paralegal turned stay-at-home mom who loves true crime. The cases I cover are wild topics, may be triggering. Viewer and listener discretion is very strongly advised. The people mentioned are innocent until proven guilty in court. With all that being said, grab your hot Cheetos and let's get started on today's case. On March 1st of 1996, Vallejo police arrested 20-year-old Lakessia Nicole Edwards for throwing her 3-year-old son, O'Shea Tiandre Love, into the waters of Mare Island in Vallejo, California. It was a Friday morning between 9 and 10 a.m., the first day of March of 1996. Lakessia Edwards and her 3-year-old son, O'Shea Tiandre Love, went for a walk on the waterfront boardwalk overlooking Mare Island. Lakessia was barefoot and still in her pajamas, but she calmly picked up her son and threw him into the water. Witnesses reported seeing Lakessia and O'Shea, who was in a blue jumpsuit, chasing seagulls along the seashore. Minutes later, they saw Lakessia walking alone. No one heard screams, and no one ever saw her release him into the water, but Vallejo Police Lieutenant Al Lehman said, and I quote, "You've got to remember, as a child, you've got blind trust." He had no reason to believe anything was wrong. He was down there chasing seagulls. The single mother lived with her mom and stepdad on the 600 block of Virginia Street. The next day, a Saturday, she told them what she had done. O'Shea was born on March 11th of 1992. According to birth records, O'Shea's biological father is listed as Shelton Love, who at the time was a 22-year-old from Wisconsin. Authorities nor the media had any idea where this man was. For work, Lakessia cleaned houses, but mostly lived off public assistance. 4 divers from the California Office of Emergency Services and the Coast Guard searched for O'Shea in the 6-foot deep water for more than 2 hours when they were called on Saturday and again on Sunday. Authorities were unable to find any eyewitnesses of the horrific incident. A friend of the family, Leslie Giuseppe, told the press that in the recent months, Lakessia's mind had, quote, gotten messed up. I saw her 3 weeks ago and she didn't look the same. She said she was living with her sister in Beverly Hills. She loved that baby. She took that baby with her everywhere, and that baby loved her too, unquote. A neighbor, Yolanda Rudolph, told the San Francisco Chronicle, and I quote, "She turned from good to bad. I don't know what happened. She was walking around here like a zombie. She wasn't speaking to anybody. She always had her head on the ground, to the ground." 10 days later, on what would have been O'Shea's birthday, his body surfaced to the shore. Around 11 a.m., a man walking along the water saw O'Shea's body floating. Firefighters rushed to the scene and pulled the drowned baby out of the water and confirmed that it was O'Shea. O'Shea's funeral was held at the Corinthian Church of God in Christ, where Reverend Booker Turner never mentioned the mother's name. O'Shea was laid to rest at the Skyview Memorial Lawn in Vallejo, California. Trial before Judge William C. Harrison began in September of 1996. The real-life Llorona's mother, Cora Lindsay, testified that on March 2nd of 1996, her daughter told her that she threw her baby into the water. When she heard this horrific news, Cora ran out of the house screaming, and neighbors called the cops. Lakeisia's mom and her sister Tamara Edwards testified that Lakeisia had been acting strangely in the months leading up to the filicide. Lakeisia's mom told them that she heard voices, had sprinkles of crying spells, and would rarely leave her house. And although she used drugs, they saw her as a good mom.